Hi everyone, my name is Naomi Hartl and I'm the STEM and Science subject matter expert for School Specialty. I'm excited to be here today to talk a little bit more about circuits. I'm going to share a fun activity that you can do with your students. Circuits can be found in our everyday lives, from microwaves to toasters, cell phones, Nintendo Switches, even fun holiday lights. When teaching circuitry to our students, we can teach it in many different ways. We can use electric paint, we can use Play-Doh, we can do a paper circuit like we're going to do today. You can even use a sewing kit. You can talk about series and parallel circuits, open and closed circuits, even what is a short circuit. You can look at insulative and conductive materials as well. The best lessons allow students to build and design and create and troubleshoot their projects. So today, like I said, we are going to look at a paper circuit and all the ins and outs of creating a basic one with your students. So here are the materials that you're going to need to complete this activity. A piece of paper, a pair of scissors, a small battery, an LED light of some sort. I like to use the jumbo LED lights, and some conductive tape. My favorite is the nylon conductive maker tape. This activity, we are going to be creating a single LED light circuit. So before you get started, you want to talk to your students about the three different components that make up a circuit. So it's going to be your power source, it's going to be your pathways, and it's going to be finally the parts connected. So to talk about the power source first, that's going to be, in this case, a battery, just a small battery for us. It could also be in bigger circuits, larger circuits. It's going to be maybe like your generator or even a solar panel. Next, it's your pathways. So in this circuit, it's going to be our nylon tape, conductive nylon tape. But in other areas, this is going to be the material that electricity can travel through. So that could be some different metals or even graphite. And then finally, your connected parts. So any parts that are going to be connected to the pathways in the battery. And this is really where that need for the flow of electricity and the flow of those electrons need to happen and occur in order to work. So the connected parts for this project here is just going to be your LED light. So I'm going to hold this up a little bit closer so you can see in this LED light, the cool thing is that they have a longer leg and a shorter leg. So the shorter leg is your negative side. The positive side is the longer leg. So if you want to think about it as, sometimes you get the short end of the stick, darn, it's seen as a negative thing. So that's your negative leg. And then the positive side is the longer leg. That's all you kind of need to know to kind of prep to get your students started. And then you can dive right into it. So to create this circuit, you just want to get this nylon tape peeled. And the best way to peel it, I find, is just with the thumb and not with the nails. And sometimes I struggle to get it and sometimes I don't. So there we go. Got it. Peel it off. And then when you're making this, you're kind of just putting it in an L shape on your piece of paper. And I'm going to do it closer to one side because I want to be able to fold the paper over. You'll see why in a minute. So I'm just going to put it down, create that L shape, and then fold it over. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to look like an L. And then we're going to take the smaller end and we're going to put that parallel to that top line already. See, I pulled that one out really well. Okay. And we want to make sure that they do not connect, that there is a gap and a space between the pathways, your conductive tape. So the next we're going to do our LED light, and the LED light wants to be touching each, or needs to be touching each of the different pathways, right? Because our pathways aren't connected in any spaces here, we need to make sure that the LED light, which is going to go right here, is connecting both sides. So I'm going to put the negative side to the negative leg to the bottom line, the shorter line. So I just need to peel my tape up a little bit. I didn't push it down too hard. And then I'm going to put the positive side to that L line. So now you can see that it is connected together. And now I'm going to fold over this corner, just like this, super simple, so that when I put my battery on this shorter line, this top pathway folds over top of that battery. So now when I put my battery down, I'm going to put it faced, so the positive side down, and I'm going to fold it over. So as you can see, it's not lighting up. Well, that's because I put my negative leg to the bottom side, which is actually touching the positive side of the battery. So I need to flip my battery over, and then now when I connect it, it lights up. So it's a good kind of troubleshooting opportunity for your students to kind of play and figure out, well, what's the best way to do this? You don't have to give them the answers right away. Let them play around with it and figure out, why is it not lighting up? And for those that had it light up, why did it light up? So there you go. So there you have it, a fun activity that you can do with your students to get them started at that basic level, to get them understanding those basic components of a circuit. Next, you can introduce a switch to them. You can even get them to create a button. You can level up and start using a breadboard. You can look at different types of sensors. You can then introduce microcontrollers as well as microcomputers into your lessons. The possibilities are endless when it comes to circuitry. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hi everyone.